This is a replica of a fish trap, and I thought I would build a small one, but this is to be a smaller scale, and this represents a tree, and it's a good way of catching a fish when you're not there, kind of like you're setting a trap line or whatever. But what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get a weight, and it has to be something that is going to be at least equal to the catfish or whatever it is that you're going to catch. So what I usually would do is find a log that would weigh 20 pounds or so, and that'll usually handle whatever catfish that you might hook into. If you're in a place where there's fish that are bigger than that, then of course get a log that's a little bit bigger than that, and you can cut the ends off to make it equal about the weight. And again, this is a smaller scale, and then what you do is you throw it over a limb, and a little rope over a limb, such as you know, something, twine or whatever. You might have some bank line or whatever. Tie it onto the log, and then you drive a stake into the ground. And on the stake, I'll zoom into it. Let me go down here. On the stake, what you want to do is you want to notch it out. See how it's got like a notch on it that goes in, and drive it in at the base of the tree. And then you want to tie your line that goes over the tree to your other stick, and have a little bit of an end to it where you tie it on, and then another edge that's notched out right there. And then what you want to do is you want to hook that notch right up underneath there, like so, and that will hold the weight of your log, is what that's going to do. Then at the bottom of that, you tie your string that you're going to run out with your hook into the water, and then you throw that in there. And what happens is when the fish pulls on this bottom line, it will pull that off of there, and then the weight will pull down and pull your fish in for you. So that's kind of the idea of it. Back it up here and show you how it works. So basically, your line is out here where the hook is in the water, and you know, your water's edge is there, and then it hooks onto the bottom of the stick, and then you hook together with your grooves, come up, your line is attached, goes over the limb, and then back down to your weight. And so when the fish, right here, when he grabs the line, he pulls, and basically what it does is it pulls him up. If he's a bigger fish, then what he'll do is he'll swim, and the weight will wear him out until finally he pulls into the edge of the shore, and you go pick your fish up. So that's kind of a trap for a fish, and it sets the hook for you and everything. Once the fish runs with it, it disconnects and sets the hook for you. And then when you see your log is down, you know you got a fish. So that's one of the traps that I made. And then I've got another one. This is a bird trap, is what this is. And the bird trap works off of, you get a stick, and there's some that'll work pretty well. You know, you just have to find something like a plum tree works really well. A willow tree will work really well. And as you bend it around, what you want to do is you want to twist its fibers and then bend it over itself, and then drive it into the ground. And it's got to be able to hold the weight of your stick up here that's going to bend down and tie your noose. So to set this, what you do is you have your limb, and you put your rope onto it, and then you have your little trigger right here. And I usually tie mine up a little bit higher to the tip. Let me see if I can scoot in here and show you. I tie it a little closer to the tip, and it's only about an inch long or so. And then what I'll do is I bring it down, and I secure the short end up underneath here. That's what we do. Okay, and then what you want to do, there we go, see if I can set this from the back here. You drive another stick in the ground right here, and then here's your trigger. And you can put a marshmallow on there or whatever if you want to catch a coon or something like that, or get a skinny stick, and you can run it through a piece of corn that's not dried, a couple pieces of corn, and the birds will come and peck it. And then what you do is you put the stick against the back of this right here. Okay, and then you run it up in here. I made a little groove right in here for that to sit in. You don't have to have the rope there. I just put that so it wouldn't fly off and lose it. And then you put it right up against there. Okay, so now it's set, and you have a little bit of rope left over. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to pull this open, got a loop on it, and we're going to make our noose like so. Bring it around the back side of the stick, and then you want to put it about ½ inch from your trigger, otherwise your trigger will catch your loop. And then I just pull it up like a triangle, and it's set. And then your corn or whatever's right here. And then what happens is when the bird comes along and sees it and it pecks it, then it catches it. So that's the bird trap.